Let me tell you something strange about the people who don't post on social media. They haven't moved. They haven't changed their names. If you passed them on the street, you'd see a familiar face. But in the world we've all agreed to live in, the digital city, the endless town square, their lights have gone out. Their profiles are static. Their feeds are frozen in a past season. They are present in their lives, yet absent from ours. They are the ones who have stopped posting. And in their silence, there is a profound and unsettling paradox. In an age where to be seen is to exist, their absence feels, somehow, more real than our constant performance. Picture this: the glow of a screen on a tired face, late at night. The thumb scrolling through a cascade of polished moments, a vacation sunset, a promotion announcement, a perfectly plated meal. We have built a cathedral of highlights, an empire of exteriors, and we live inside it. We have learned to curate our lives for public consumption. We frame our happiness, we filter our struggles, we soundtrack our sorrows. We speak not to share, but to be heard, not to connect, but to be validated. The like becomes a unit of social currency, the comment a nod of tribal acceptance. It is a world of immense noise, a perpetual low-grade hum of performance anxiety, a competition for attention waged in the quiet moments of our own living rooms. We broadcast our lives, and in doing so, we risk becoming mere announcers in an empty stadium, our own voices echoing back at us. Beneath the surface of every post, every story, every share, lies a complex web of psychological machinery. There's self-presentation theory, the innate human drive to control the image others have of us. Online, this becomes a full-time job. We are the brand managers of our own identities, airbrushing the messy human parts of the story. Then the validation feedback loop. Each notification is a micro-hit of dopamine, a small confirmation that we matter, that we are seen. But this loop is addictive. We start to outsource our self-worth to the algorithms, letting a digital metric define an internal state. Our one, locus of control. The source from which we derive our sense of value shifts from inside us to outside of us. And so we post to quiet the ancient tribal fear of being cast out. We perform to prove we belong. But for some, a question begins to form in the quiet corners of their mind. What if the performance is the very thing casting me out from myself? And then, there are the quiet ones. They are not rebels by nature. They are not making a loud statement. Their exit is not a slam of the door, but a gentle closing. You'll find them on a Saturday morning, not framing the perfect shot of their coffee, but simply drinking it, feeling the warmth of the cup in their hands, watching the steam curl and vanish into the air. They are the ones who experience a moment of breathtaking beauty, a hawk circling a field, a child's unprompted laughter, and their only instinct is to be there, fully inside it. Their rebellion is one of subtraction. They have chosen to opt out of the economy of attention. They have revoked their permission to be constantly perceived. In their silence, there is a quiet power. The power of a man who no longer needs an audience to feel alive. When the noise of performance stops, a different world reveals itself. Time slows down. It thickens. Without the pressure to document and present, moments are allowed to be what they are, fleeting, imperfect, and entirely your own. The colors seem more vivid because they aren't being filtered. The sounds seem clearer because they aren't being scored for a soundtrack. A deep psychological shift occurs. The locus of control, once externalized, begins its slow journey back home. Your value is no longer a question to be answered by the crowd, but a fact to be felt in your bones. You start to listen to your own thoughts, not as content to be packaged, but as a quiet, internal narrative that actually means something. You begin to make choices based on what you find meaningful, not what would look meaningful. This is the birth of a rugged, unshakable authenticity. It is the feeling of finally breathing after a lifetime of holding your breath for a picture. This path is not without its cost. There is a certain loneliness. You are no longer on the main channel of communication. You miss birthday announcements, pregnancy reveals, the casual updates that stitch a community together. You can feel like a ghost at the feast of your own social life, watching the celebration from outside the window. You will be misunderstood. People will wonder if you're depressed, if you're hiding, if you're judging them for their participation. Your silence can become a screen onto which they project their own anxieties about this digital world. But there is a beauty that far outweighs the burden. It's the serenity of a mind no longer fractured by comparison. It's the clarity that comes from not constantly narrating your own life. It's the profound strength that is only forged in the quiet company of yourself. It is the peace of letting a moment, the good and the bad, wash over you, and then letting it go instead of capturing it, packaging it, and trying to sell it back to the world. So what is the unspoken truth behind this quiet exodus? It's this. We have confused visibility with substance. We have mistaken being known for being known. A life lived through a lens is a life at one remove. It is a simulation. You are the director, the actor, and the audience of your own experience, and in that triple role, you never actually get to live it. The person who stops posting isn't rejecting connection. They are, in fact, pursuing a more ancient, more terrifying, and more real form of it. They are choosing the vulnerability of unrecorded moments, the intimacy of a conversation that leaves no digital trace, the raw, unshareable struggle that truly forges character. The quiet ones have stumbled upon a fundamental question of existence. Is life something to be experienced or something to be documented? Their absence is their answer. They are choosing the experience itself in all its messy, beautiful, and ephemeral glory. So the next time you see a silent profile, a dormant account, don't see a void. See a person who has likely found their way back to the heart of the matter. They are not missing from the story. They have simply stepped out of the commentary and back into the text of their own lives. Their silence is not empty. It is full. Because in the end, we're not meant to be performances. We're meant to be people.